President Trump is making it very clear that the priority for Congress is tax reform. That is how he hopes to unleash economic growth. One of the ways, I should say. Tonight, the president is holding a bipartisan dinner for senators, and he's got a bunch of senators coming from states that he won. So the idea is to break through to some of these people, because if they have any chance of succeeding, they're going to need to get on board with the message that he brought to his people. There are reports that he's going to be traveling to 13 states, states where Democrats are up for re-election as part of his tax reform push. As the White House says, details of the plan will be released in days, not weeks. We're on our way to tax reform. Adam Shapiro is live on Capitol Hill with all the details. Hey, Adam.
Hello, and the ticket to tax reform, Trish, is going to be when Kevin Brady, the chairman of the House Ways and Means Committee, starts scheduling markups. That's when we'll get the details. That's when we'll know what they're talking about. But let's talk about this dinner tonight. It's key because members of the Senate Finance Committee are attending. There are 3 Republicans, Orrin Hatch, he's the chairman, Patrick Toomey from Pennsylvania, John Thune, but it's the Democrats who are very interesting. Joe Donnelly, Indiana, Heidi Heitkamp from North Dakota. She was with the president last week when he was selling tax reform to the American people. And then Joe Manchin from West Virginia. Those 3 Democrats are up for re-election, by the way, in states that President Trump won quite strongly during the campaign in 2016. Here's what John Thune says about the potential to actually bring Democrats on board with tax reform.
The feedback that we've received from many Democrats is an interest in they recognize the corporate rates are too high. They've also expressed a desire, in some cases, to marry tax reform with infrastructure. I think that's a conversation for them to continue to have within their conference, and don't have much to add to that.
Trish, just so you know, the president is still trying to get to that 15% corporate tax rate. Last week, he changed his language and said ideally 15%. On the Hill, they've been saying 20 to 25%. And last week, Speaker Paul Ryan, actually said 22.5. That's the international standard. Bottom line, the big 6, Ryan, Hatch, and the others who are writing tax reform, Gary Cohn, Secretary of the Treasury, Steve Mnuchin, they're meeting today. They meet every week, but they're meeting today because the push is on for tax reform.
Adam
Trish?
Johnson, thank you so much. You know, 22.5% being the international standard. Isn't it crazy to think that here in the United States of America, we penalize business so much that all in, state, municipal, federal taxes, businesses pay more to operate here than anywhere else in the world? This is supposed to be the land of entrepreneurism. Well, things might start to change for the better.